Well, that looks like Colby right there. That works.
Unmuted.
There you go. Now you got it.
Can I sit this far away?
You sure can. It works.
Okay, see that? What's up?
What's going on? Just I'm just fixing a few things here really fast.
In here?
You're in there. You're just, muted and video covered, kind of like Ayame.
There we go.
Are you seeing it now?
What happened?
There's got to be a way to flip it to landscape.
I'm in landscape,
Yeah, but you're not.
but I am. I look fantastic. What's your guys' problem?
Oh man, let me see.
Look at this.
This is ridiculous.
Well, I don't have a control to do anything with that one. Something on your phone.
Do I need to get out of here?
No, it should be in the phone settings, like when you're working with Zoom. There it goes. Now it did it.
How come you can't?
It was the gyroscope. Apparently, by starting it that way, it didn't register that it was turned. So works though.
What the heck? I keep touching. Look at this. I don't know how to change my view. There we go. Now I'm viewing it.
Oh, hang on. I gotta open a window and get some air moving in here. This room's stifling. There we go. Well, there's a lot of tomfoolery happening for a karmic transmission intro.
Woo!
That's okay, Mom.
You can run around.
Gotta let the cats in.
Oh my goodness.
Well, anyway, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. Karmic transmission 35 is what we're on. We're almost up to my age. You believe that?
I want to talk about it.
I know. But tonight,
It's
everyone, we got
past our age.
Hake. He's here with some fun things to talk about tonight. He's all excited. He had a care package show up from what I've been told.
Yeah, oh, you're jumping right in.
Well,
Yeah.
Just saying, that's why we got Colby here. He's got all kinds of fun stuff for us tonight. So it's going to be a good transmission because it's going to go all over the place, guys. Who knows? Because we've got Rex and Colby. It's like having two wild cards in the same car.
There's Ayame on here too. She's pretty wild.
Well, not really.
Let me tell you, quite the card.
Card maybe.
You do know that I can hear you. You know that, right?
Well, you're in there?
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, the internet's is fast.
Thank you, Jake. I really appreciate that. I feel really good to be here. Thank you.
What did I do?
Hold on. You may be shocked to learn that I am once again not having functional video.
Oh, and that's mine. Okay. Gotcha.
Well, it's better to have you any way we can than not at all. So
that's what they say.
I'm hearing an echo.
Yeah, I was going to say I need Colby to turn his volume down just a little bit because it's on the top side. So on the top side, you'll see a little toggle.
Wait, is it me you're hearing an echo from?
Is that better?
No,
Yeah, that's a little better.
you put
Okay.
turn the middle
Can you
one
hear it all right, Colby?
clockwise.
What?
Can you hear it okay?
Oh.
You.
Barely. I'm trying to hear.
Anyway,
I can hear
the
you.
Karmic Transmission 35 with us, Colby, Hake, Rex, Ayame. I'm your host, Jake Vanderlinden. As always, you can find us, best place to find us is carvincarnate.com. Take a look at our website, see what we're doing, what we're about, and find out how you can take the challenge and end hunger with us. That's the name of the game. You can also find us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all the good stuff on Twitter. We're at the Karmic feed. You can also find Ayame Nelson at Ayame X Goddess. She handles a lot of our social media stuff. So big shout out to her. Thank you for doing that, Ayame. Other than that, we're here to have a little bit of fun and talk some good karma and what we're doing on our end to take action in our communities, right? So thanks for joining me, guys. How's that for an intro?
That was good. High quality.
That was very good, Jakey.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Big fan.
Yeah, never say that Jake can't read a script.
I can't.
Oh, was that
Well,
not scripted?
Not really. No.
There you go. Even better.
It's
See, that's
like
why you got to
bullet
pay
points.
attention to the Karmic transmissions. Get high quality stuff off the top of the dome like that.
Every time. Every time. So
Well,
But
thanks
yeah,
for
it's-
having us on, Jakey.
it's been going good. How is everyone? What's new with you guys? Colby, what's new, with you, buddy?
Not much. I've just been working a lot, really.
Yeah.
Oh, but I did get that little package you were talking about for the walk of love that we were doing.
Boom.
Oh, you
Yeah, we
found-
talked
oh,
about this
okay.
a couple transmissions ago. You guys talked about it.
Yeah, and so they sent out a thing for all the sponsors like us at Imagine or karmaincarnate.com.
It'll be in the notes.
And so it came with a bunch of the shirts with all of our stuff on it. Let's see if I can show you better. But yeah, I can't see where I'm at
You're good.
Perfect.
You're good.
right there. So yeah, got a bunch of those, and then it came with like just stuff from these other companies. I don't know. This looks like a little pony. I got some pom poms to cheer
Cheerleader.
everybody on when they're doing their walk for love.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of Captain America keychains. If anybody wants one, let me know. They gave me like a too many on accident, I think.
I didn't realize that
And I got some sweets. And
sponsor.
then it also comes with like a sign and everything that you're supposed to put up like in front of your house or something saying like this is what you're
Boom.
doing.
That
looks
upside down.
I thought it was just like I was looking at it in a mirror, it was backwards or something, but no. But yeah, I guess you can go to walkforlove.org. Check it out. But yeah, so that's kind of what I've been focusing a lot of my spare time on right now. So,
Building karma in the spare time.
oh, and they actually had our stuff. I totally skipped my thing because this one actually came with 3 of our lighting way to get
Nice.
karma, and then one of our bracelets here. So yeah,
There you go.
so we're in the game, you guys.
Man, ahead of it sounds to me.
I think
Boom.
so.
Put that on the
Dude, I'm
on the
jealous of
t-shirt.
the pom poms, man. That sounds like my job. Can I like just sit on my couch and cheer for people for this walk? Does that work?
I think just cheering is pretty much participating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that counts.
Well, very cool, buddy. Really cool. And it's neat that you've been able to take a little extra step with it. You know, like you said, you're doing it in your spare time. It's one of the coolest things that when we put karma together all those years ago now was literally we wanted people to be able to change the world in their spare time. You know, and this is proof of it right here. You know, what are we doing in our spare time? We're taking action. We're doing a walk for love. And the whole time promoting karma and ending hunger and everything else with it. It's really cool, man. It's really cool. And like I said, in your limited off time, because I know you've been slinging bling like mad.
All day, every day.
Well, it's spare time is very important because you're always spending our time doing the stuff you have to do just to live, you know, pay the bills, make sure that you can eat and take care of yourself and do things like that. That is pretty much the only in your spare time that you can take that time to better yourself, better your community, and try to do something to help, you know, progress it forward. So spare time's powerful. And that's what's cool about it. Is, you know, thinking outside the box, helping people, getting creative. It's just that's pretty righteous, right, Ayame?
It is. Frankly, I would like to know again when this thing is taking place.
It's September 10th through September 18th. Since it's a virtual one, they give people like a bigger time frame so they can kind of whatever's convenient for them, I guess.
Mhm.
But
So
yeah.
people will be doing it all over, and then But are you going to set up a special select date for your walk?
I am. I just don't know which date it is yet.
Oh,
Because
I
my,
wasn't trying to do
schedule
that. I was
hasn't
just
come out yet
trying to
from,
figure out what.
work. Because they do a monthly schedule, so I should be getting that soon though. But yeah.
Nice.
Okay, that'll be cool.
Yeah, so
So-
I'll keep everybody posted on that. But yeah.
That's really
Very
neat.
cool.
But
I'm sure we'll find a way to post it on the Facebook page when you have a date, so let everybody know.
oh my gosh,
Yes.
What are you
Jake
talking?
gave me a tripod that looks like one of those octopus things, like clawing around, and it keeps wiggling and falling and like doing this stuff. So,
It's because you keep hitting the table and it keeps
you know, that's true too. That's a fair point. But you know, it may seem like when I start talking about karma, the world shakes, but that's just actually camera trickery. So,
Well, the world shakes in silent quakes there for you, Rexy.
oh my gosh, what a dink. Too funny. So, but I sure am happy to talk to all of you guys. Working hard, thinking outside the box, like I said, trying to build karma. It's an amazing thing. All these transmissions we get, nothing but gold and good ideas and people talking about different ways to be better people. And then we get, you know, all kinds of fun little chit chat about the bestest of things in the world, like Cobra Guy. And I meant Cobra
Yeah.
Kai. Yeah. So,
Be careful. Be careful.
yeah, I'm telling you.
I feel like you need a shirt that says that now.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming hard.
Cobra Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
yeah, it's crazy. This, you know, this is a fun transmission because I love the movement and what we're seeing, and it's such a neat thing to be a part of, because that's what's so much fun is each person doing these little things, from, you know, walks of love to just getting out and being active in your community, or running social media campaigns and stuff like that. It all brings about that action that we like to see happen. And it's necessary for growth. If you're not moving, you're just stalled out. So it's really fun to be a part of that, because everybody here gets to benefit from things like the walk of love. You know, that's what's so incredible about karma, is it's not just for one of us. We're doing it, acting as individuals for the betterment of all of us, you know. So it's really, it's just cool, because it means that no matter what's going on, we're all invited along for the ride. No matter how we want to participate, even sitting on a couch, shaking pom-poms and cheering for people out taking a walk, you're participating. And that's what's required, is to participate. So, and karma gives you an easy way to participate, in my opinion. You know, it's a real easy way to get involved and start wanting to do something simple that leads you to doing things something big, you know, like what you're doing, Colby. It's really neat.
Before we proceed, can you take a minute, Colby, to take those pom-poms in there and just toss them at him?
What about if you want?
Colby's showing his pom-poms again. There's-
Look at this. See? Oh, cool. See, I didn't get to see that part, Colby. They've got,
Oh my gosh, look at that. He sent them by telepathy.
see, they got Shriner stuff on there. That's
Acknowledge.
not
That's
bad.
impressive.
You know,
There you go.
I would dare say this is a better Redzi than Redzi back in the day.
Don't cross that bridge.
Oh my heck.
Let's not say things we can't take back.
Nah.
Which way to the porridge shop, sir?
Please, sir, I want some more.
Yeah, no joke.
You're the one that wore it in a feature film.
Hey, somebody had to be brave enough to do it.
The feature film?
Back to the Future film.
Yeah, it was that wig was proudly shown off in the film. What was it called, Rex? It's your favorite movie, I think.
Which one?
The one that you and Jake were in, that feature-length film about the people who were LARPers.
Hot Fuzz.
No, it wasn't that one. God, what was it?
I know. Unicorn City.
There you go. There
Yep,
you
I know
go.
it. There it was. Yep, he did wear that in
I
uniform.
did. That's
You
the thing
did.
is I didn't even realize it until you said it. Oh man, I was
Right.
wearing that.
How is it I remember that and you don't?
Well, I don't really know how you remember that. I don't. It's
Because it
because
brought
it's vintage,
nightmares
that's what
on
it is.
for
My
years.
brain specifically only retains the like the least important things in the world, so that's probably why.
Well,
Well.
mine does a lot of that too. They call it totally useless trivia a lot of times, but
Yeah.
much more like group oriented. You know, it's
I don't
our group.
I don't know what a square root is, but man, if you want to know the Pop-Tarts commercial song from the 90s, I'm all over that.
I was singing, the one that was on the shirt. One of those. Remember earlier I sang that jingle.
Oh, you mean
You guys were
the
impressed.
Pizza Hut one?
Cypress Credit Union.
Cypress Credit Union.
Oh.
Cypress Credit Union. You know that one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
So I'm with you there, Ayame. I've got a million songs stuck in my head. It's just an awful jukebox of hell.
Well,
Jukebox of hell. So it doesn't even take quarters. It just plays for free.
luckily none of us can hear it though, is the thing. That's the part that works, you know, till you sing.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I sing them out loud.
Yeah.
So
Only sometimes,
are
though. You don't do
screwed.
it all the time. That's where I appreciate you, Rex.
when I don't sing, you know, I just sing like an angel. So, but, well, Colby, that shirt does look awful nice on you.
It does.
Thank you,
And-
sir.
And it proves to everybody that you do walk. So, for love.
I walk
He
hard.
He walks for
Yeah.
love.
I walk
He only
hard.
walks for certain reasons. Love and hard. Those are the reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh. You guys are such. Oh.
This I'm lost. I'm truly lost. It's
Yeah, you came in
fantastic, though.
talking 2 wild cards, and little did you know that we were playing Jack's is Wild. Your name is Jack, boy.
Well, when you
Jackie
get a name
boy.
like Jackie boy, it comes with
Jackie.
territory sometimes.
Cadillac Jackie.
Cadillac Jackie. Now we got 3 wild cards. So,
Well,
hey, I'll have to bring us back on course.
Me, I don't have it. I haven't done any. I haven't really done anything specific for Karma this week. So
No,
I'm
but
afraid
you've been
we're-
doing good, fun stuff. I heard that Jake said you're getting ready for your sister's wedding.
I am getting ready for my sister's wedding. Yes, I don't know how much fun you would consider going to the gym and eating little packets of salmon, but yeah, that is something that I am doing.
Well, I
you're
wouldn't
planning
do
the
that
bachelorette
anyway.
party, aren't you?
Yeah.
I was out today shopping for her bachelorette party. Yes.
See,
Hmm.
sure you got all kinds of shenanigans planned.
Not really. No, I did find out though that the well, it's going on YouTube, but I guess I can talk about it anyway. Since we're not monetized, the sex shops here in Utah are almost as weird as the liquor stores. So that's something I found out today. It's like there's ones that you have to go, like you have to have your ID to go in, just to go in them. And for some reason they don't accept photocopies. So I'm not really sure who's going into a sex store with a photocopy of a state issued identification, but apparently enough that they need a sign. But yeah, aside from that, honestly, it was kind of disappointing. Huh?
Interesting.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird experience. Also, for anybody curious, they do not have very many good supplies for that sort of thing at Spencer's anymore. I was extraordinarily disappointed by the amount of Rick and Morty backpacks they have at Spencer's, but not any bachelorette party stuff, or a very small amount.
Yeah, they used to have a bunch of stuff. That's where you go to get the, the like straws with penis in them and stuff.
Oh, they
So-
still have those. I mean, those are a classic. You got to have those.
Those are a classic.
You know,
They have
those
those
are-
everywhere, right?
Yeah, those are
McDonald's.
those are a standby. Like
I think I
literally
saw those
every
at Chuck
place
E.
I went
Cheese.
had them.
when I was a
Yeah.
kid, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Toys R Us.
Yeah, just
At Chuck E. Cheese, they were 15 tickets a piece, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
well, they just
They were
came
right
with your
next to like
pizza
the
and your
spider
drinks.
rings and the pencil eraser toppers, you know?
yeah, it was right between the two.
Yeah.
But you only got them with your drink if you had a birthday party there. Then they were
Yeah.
included.
Happy birthday to you.
You're
So
a dick.
now we're gonna be demonetized.
That's
Singing
okay.
happy
I'm pretty
birthday.
sure we already are. Like,
Wait.
we don't monetize these, so I think we're okay.
I was gonna say, we've ever monetized anything on YouTube? That would be
With the amount
Can we
of
do that? Is there a way
our
to make
vid-
money off of what we're doing?
not us.
Yeah,
And-
join
Oh.
Karma Incarnate.
The fact that Rex continues to use
Oh.
copyrighted music in all of his videos will ensure that we never ever get to monetize anything.
Well, yeah, you know, well, they just get a little monetized first. But you know, you
So there-
can't do a Top Gun ripoff scene and not use the music. Just doesn't
But
work.
Got a
what
point.
is your excuse for
No.
all of the other ones?
They just for fun.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And if
Well,
you talk about, you know, my
so
arch rival K-Log,
No.
you got to put him in the. You got to
no.
kick him a track.
well that one's a little bit different.
sit back.
No.
Get
We've
on
got
the
a
Sunday
K-Log
stash.
monetization until he actually gets on the show.
Well, all I'm saying is somebody is making money off of our videos, but it sure as hell is not us.
It's
It's
probably
Kenny
K-Log.
Loggins. I've been in contact with his people, and it's a rough game out there. But they're
Mhm.
like, until your debt is paid for those delicious grapes, you're gonna have to, you know, pay the price via YouTube. So
Because
Yeah.
we put ads on your videos.
Yeah.
Kenny Loggins is an evil man. Just Kenny's fantastic. He's fabulous. He's a genuine sweetheart. Who you know?
I'm telling you,
How
he's
could
like
you
the
write such
soundtrack king,
things?
though.
Yeah, you know, you know, yeah.
Him and
That's
Phil
what he
Cole.
is. He's like the music version of who's the guy in Dirty Dancing?
Patrick
Patrick
Swayze.
Swayze?
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
you think
Patrick
about
Swayze made sultry jams, he'd be Kenny Loggins.
Patrick Swayze did make sultry jams.
And oh, that's right.
She's like the
now that
wind.
we've said it out loud, I think they might be the same person.
Patrick Swayze died though, and Kenny Loggins still lives.
You think that's a coincidence?
Well, not only that, but I mean, that's just
You
because
think
he got
maybe
tired of
K-Log-
one of his
you think
identities.
He's like, you know, the tax man comes a knocking, and next thing you know, Kenny Loggins is dropping sultry hits. Who knows? You know, by their powers combined, they could make one heck of a movie / music
They
masterpiece.
should have been a singing and dancing duo is what they should have done.
I'd like to state that Kenny Loggins has nothing to do absolutely with Carmen Carden. Just that's the caption at the end. The friend. So no, he's a good friend of the show. So
Hey, Colby.
Good friend.
There
I'm
was
pretty
a
sure that
question
counts
that
as
my mom
libel at
threw
this
in.
point.
She's
you
wondering,
don't.
each shrine
You don't know
provides
K-Log like I do.
services for the children. What does this shrine do that the walk is doing? So like, what is it this hospital does specifically for kids?
Was this a question asked?
Yeah, this is something the mom sent in.
Oh, okay.
So they specialize in like orthopedics and like prosthetic legs and stuff.
Yeah.
Mainly is what they focus on at this location, because I do know that in other states they kind of have a little variance
Mhm.
in what they work on or specialize in. I believe.
Yeah, they have a burn one that specializes in burns.
Yeah, they've got
right.
one
I
that does
think
like
and things like
pallets and
Mhm.
lips and
So
stuff
the
like
one here
that.
in Utah is they do a lot of prosthetic legs and stuff, and they do them all custom. It's crazy because then these guys, so the kids, you know, they grow so fast. Like those prosthetics don't even last very long for them. I mean, it's worse than the whole clothes situation. It's like
Yeah.
to get a custom made new leg every 3 months or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they do it. It's pretty amazing, actually. But yeah.
It is cool.
Man, there you go.
Yeah, that's what they do. Yeah.
Can't make a
So-
joke about that, can I?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the kind of stuff that it goes to show you can't do that in your spare time. You know, think about that, all the time and energy that it goes into making the prosthetics and doing that stuff and working with the kids. That takes a lot of work, you know, and that's where maximizing your time and efforts is so key in a lot of ways. And it's why it's neat that we can participate in the way that we can, you know. So the shrine is neat. They're a really cool group. We've done a lot with them in the past. I mean, we didn't get the barbecue this year though. I'm almost surprised they didn't even talk to us about it. That was kind of shocking, you know. But we've done a lot with them in the past because they're a great group of guys. They do a lot of good work and they do a lot of fun events. You know, everybody I'm sure knows who a Shriner is when you go to a parade and see them riding around in their fezzes and stuff like that, because they're very popular. You know, that's the one thing that they have going for them that we're hopefully going to get, like having a sponsorship on the back of the shirt is getting more of that recognition, you know. But it takes time, and time is what we got. That's the cool part, is we got the time to make moves like this. So it's going to be neat. But Shriners is very, very interesting group. So not as cool as us though. I'd say we got the coolest group. I mean, look at these guys on the screen. That
We're
is
pretty okay
uh,
for, you know.
Aren't all three of the people on the screen right now former Shriners? Or no, you guys, that's different than the lodge, isn't it?
I had to give
First
that
rule about
It's
Fight
like, yeah.
Club.
just
I wasn't in it. I can talk about it as much as I want to.
it's the old Socrates method. But no, it's you learn and see good things happening and you decide to take off on your own. And that's really the whole idea behind Karma in a lot of ways, is there's people doing incredible things out there, from working with prosthetics to working with speech impediments. I mean, look at Locks for Love and everything else. There's incredible organizations trying to do amazing things all the time. And, you know, all of these fundraisers and all of the events that you see them putting on, it's all to fund that. That's literally why they're called fundraisers, right? Isn't this Walk of Love a fundraiser for the hospital, Colby?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
in the end, they're all trying to raise money to apply to an incredible thing. And what's neat about it is when you see things that you can emulate, wanting to help and do more in your community. But you know, I'm not a very good fundraiser. I don't do events like that very well, but I do know how to work. So why not make it my job and my business to do good things, right? So that's the one thing that we had the ability to change a little bit, and why I would say this group right here is cooler than any Shriner I've ever met in my life, because we're doing something even bigger than that. We're trying to tackle something and move an idea that has the ability to, in a lot of ways, fund the stuff that the Shrine wants to do, to fund the things that Locks of Love want to do, because we're trying to find ways of generating income for people that are helping in their community. And if you're making money doing good things, well, that means you can put that money into other good things, right? You know, good action promotes good action over and over again is what we're trying to promote and grow with. So start on what you can, and then when you got the means, just like the Shriners did, eventually you can build your own hospital and put your name on the side and give free prosthetics and all that stuff. But it takes some sort of localized action to get you started. And, you know, more than anything, that's what Karma has the ability to do for people, is give them that chance to jump in and start participating in a system to start doing just that. Because
Yeah.
you know, it's the idea of if you solve one of the world's woes, it changes all of the other things that people might have to worry about down the road. So why not alleviate a concern and then see what we have to address next, right? So it's really cool that we have the ability to do that, and all of it, everyone on here, the people listening at home, everybody that's involved, the Steels and Carrie and Jeremy, you know, Taylor, Ayame, your mom, our mom, everyone here is doing something even bigger than that, because we're not just trying to raise funds to take a fight at something. We're owning it. We're saying we're going to do something bigger, and that's way cooler than anything those organizations do, in my opinion. So that's why I say I've got the coolest group of people here with me right now.
Well, I'm not going to argue with you.
So,
I think you're pretty cool.
nah,
So
not saying I'm cool, saying you guys are cool. I'm just keeping up. That's why I've got a shorter beard, Rex. You know, I'm just trying to keep up with you.
oh, good Lord. It's just because you go to the barber on a regular basis and actually take care of yourself. So,
But no, we're doing something different, and that's I'm excited about that. It's pretty amazing, you know, because the things that these people have been doing have happened for years, and it's done a lot of good. But there's more that needs to be done, and there's other ways of doing it. So
yeah, I think you're right. So,
well,
does anybody else want to say anything before I start talking for a long time?
No, by all means, go for
I
it.
was just
I've
waiting
got a
for you to
feeling that I'd
start.
start to ramble, but you know,
I could see you getting warmed up for it, so I didn't want to cut
Could
off.
you?
Oh yeah, I could see the glow beginning to build.
That's just the shine on my bald head. Look at that. Holy Hannah. Look at that thing.
want me to bring you the turtle wax?
Please, look at this. Holy Jeebus. You got to be kidding me. But it's wisdom. Yeah, that's what I'm going to claim. This is what happens when you think so much you boil your hair off.
That's what they're calling it these days, huh? Wisdom.
Or male pattern baldness. So, but anyway, back to the subject at hand. Perfection is perfected in my land and understand from a young G's perspective. That's a rap song, isn't it?
Not that I recall.
That's totally
Just say
dog.
yes. Just say
Sure.
yes.
The Snoop Dogg.
It's a rap song. I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know about Snoop Dogg. I am familiar
Well,
with.
I think you were trying to do a Snoop
It actually
Dogg,
might be
but the
Warren
words
G.
weren't right. I don't think.
I thought it was Vanilla Ice.
No, but I could sing Vanilla Ice too.
I bet you
He
could.
sold me a jet boat once.
Oh.
That's a lie, but it would be cool.
Yeah.
Now the cat's got to go out. So, but yeah. So we were talking about karma, like always, right?
As we do.
As we do. Yeah. So any thoughts?
Well, you were about to say something, and then you started talking about your head.
Yeah, look at that thing.
See, I thought you were going to tell everyone that you're an overachiever because you were supposed to be 4 feet tall and just grew through your hair.
That's true too. I was only supposed to be 4'2", so I just outgrew it. So went on my back. Anyway. Okay. So we've talked about the shrine. We've talked about a little bit of karma stuff. Now, one thing that I think should be addressed is the fact that our trip is coming up in October. That's going to be here quick. Are you guys excited as I am?
I forgot about it.
Don't
Oh,
everybody
wow.
speak up at
That
once.
sounded enthusiastic. Yeah,
No, it's
you guys must be a bunch of sunshine.
I was so
It's gonna be
excited.
so fun.
I was so excited. I stroked out for a second. That's why I didn't say anything.
At least I could believe that. But yeah, every year we've gone to Halloween Horror Nights in Universal Studios in California, and we go to Disneyland, and now we've been going to, what's that other place you love so much, Ayame?
that's very fun.
Oh yeah. See, Ayame is a big cowboy fan. That's the one thing not many know about her.
You know,
So when we get a-
here's the thing you guys don't understand. I grew up at Knott's Berry Farm. I adore Knott's Berry Farm. What I don't like is what Six Flags has done to Knott's Berry Farm. The ghost town, the
my
ghost
son
town's
What did they
incredible.
do to it?
Watch this video and find out. There, see that? That's how you make a karmic transmission right there.
Yeah.
You mean a
Yeah. All my work's done. We just mentioned it, and I can talk about how my belly gets pukey.
A
In that
brief,
video.
or he's going to put in a 5-2 karma there.
That's what it. Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's one of those. Karma out.
I don't know if it would be a brief I don't know if it would be a transmission brief if he cut away from the transmission to use old footage from a 5-2 karma. Maybe.
No, it'll be just to supplement it.
It'll be very meta.
Yeah. You know, we don't, and we usually wear boxer briefs, not karmic transmission briefs. So transmission briefs. You said that. That made me laugh.
Oh,
Anyway.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm glad you explained that one because I wasn't really following you there for a minute.
Yeah, transmission briefs. And it's
Not
like,
wearing transmission briefs.
Briefs.
not me. Transmission briefs. Shifting gears on this thing. So it does sound like a disease, Mom. Hmm. The plot thickens on that one. So
Anyway, I personally am very excited to leave town again.
me too.
Yeah.
I'm ready. It's been so dang hot up here. I want to get away to where it's a little bit hotter. But
I want to go
I have to
somewhere where
pay
there's not
$4.50
as
for a
much
soda.
smoke.
Yeah.
It might
Oh,
be
yeah,
just
huh?
as smoky out there. You never know. I'll definitely say I'm down to get out of town though.
Yeah. Today wasn't so bad for smoke. It was nice today, but you're right. The last month has been awful.
Mhm.
So
Most of the fires are in Northern California and will be considerably farther south.
yeah, that's good. I'm down for that. Ooh, I can do. So
I just hope
but yeah,
they keep it open through the month of October.
That's true.
they keep sending out more and more stuff. So I think that no matter what's going on, they're at least going to be open. You know, I think we'll be wearing masks while we're
Oh,
there,
yeah.
but that's okay. You know,
Mhm.
and I'm just happy that we'll get to go. But it does seem like it's because I keep seeing new YouTube videos about Halloween time at Disneyland, and Universal keeps sending me emails about different haunted houses that they're opening and stuff. So
Mhm.
I think you can't put Pandora back in the box.
I
What
don't
are their
think so.
haunted houses this year?
They've got one Friday the 13th because they have that movie coming out, and then or came out. And then they always have a Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, I think. Or no, they don't. I can't remember. I got the
didn't see a
thing and it's
full
on my
list.
phone that I'm using to talk.
I didn't see a
Can't look it
full
up.
list on that, Rexy. I only saw the Michael Myers one. Have they made more announcements?
Yeah, the first one had like 2 or 3 on it.
Oh, so you don't mean Friday the 13th, you mean Halloween.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't
mean,
watch those movies.
Friday the 13th is Jason Voorhees.
Yeah, and they
Duh.
bore me. So
Remember, Rex isn't really a horror guy, so he doesn't tend to.
they don't bore me. That's a lie. They scared the shit out of me. And I'm like, why would I want to do that when I want to laugh?
Yeah, I
have a
just
good
said
time.
you're not a horror guy. I didn't say they bore you.
No, I did.
Oh,
Because Ayame said Michael Voorhees, and I said, and they bore me's. Because I'm a smart ass.
I
So-
said Jason Voorhees, but yeah.
There you go. So
Michael
What?
Voorhees. Oh my God.
you
I'm kind of embarrassed for you right now.
should put that should be like your screen name in like online death matches or something, playing Call of Duty.
Michael Voorhees, everybody.
People would lose it. They'd be like, what the heck? You'd go, what's the deal? Haven't you seen that classic film made by Scorsese?
Steven Seagal, excellent horror filmmaker.
You
I
mix
thought it
them.
was a Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah,
It was a joint project.
Oh,
but yeah, Michael Voorhees. So, but no, but I do like going through the haunted houses because that's always a good time.
oh yeah.
Because yelling at them and screaming and laughing, it's fun. It's a good time. So, but But when
Their haunted houses are excellent. Yes.
hey, it's a good time. So I'm super duper excited. And that's what day is today? I don't know why I looked back there at the
The
calendar.
23rd.
The 23rd of August.
Yeah,
We
my
got
peepers having a hard time seeing that for.
Rex, you
We're
can
coming
do
up
October
close.
23rd.
2 months,
2 months.
60 days.
Yeah, it's right around the corner for sure.
It'll be here.
Yeah,
quick.
it's gonna be here. But I'm super duper ready and excited. So,
Absolutely.
and you know, so that's gonna be a good time. And then when do you leave to go to Hawaii, Ayame?
A couple weeks before that, so it'll be pretty close.
That'll be a fun time.
Yeah, it's in September, right?
Yeah, as long as they don't close the island.
Have they been talking about doing that?
Apparently, yeah. So, I mean, they've got a small population and know where they can go. So,
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
No good. No good.
Here's to hoping. Anyway, I don't know why they would. I get that it's a little bit crazy, but hey, it's hard to shut everything back down again. So
well, I mean, I don't disagree with that, but I'm also not the one that needs to make that call. So,
And, that's the truth is, they got to think and do what's best for them. But man, how bad that would suck so bad to have to do that. Like you said, make a call like that. I'm glad the worst I have to do is worry about, what day we want to go to Disneyland for the Karma crew. So,
yeah, it's definitely not a decision that I envy somebody having to make.
that's woof. Especially like you're saying, because like that, yeah, they are trapped. You can't really get in a car and drive away too far. They
Yeah,
could draw a line in the sand and have, coconut battles and fight each other to the death.
I already do that.
I wonder if anybody's
do?
floated that idea to them yet.
Oh,
Maybe that's
say-
the problem. Maybe nobody suggested that.
this is Kauai. But yeah, now we're definitely going to get in trouble. I won't put this on the brief.
Like it matters. It's going in the regular video. What are you going to edit out this whole chunk of it?
No, but they got to pay. They got to go 52 minutes in. They gotta want it. So
It's 41
they're gonna have to
minutes.
pay some attention to us babbling and talking about karma and important things to get to the point where I made that weird statement. It's not that weird. It's what else would they fight with?
really
You're
not.
on the beach. All there is coconuts and crabs. You pick them up and pinch at people. Any way you could get the job done.
I don't think you've ever been to a beach.
Well,
I'm not sure you've ever left your house.
I've read about them.
Rex has been to Hawaii. I've been there with him.
Yeah, I've been on the beach
I'll
before.
give you that much, but he's been to
Been to
Hawaii.
Laguna Beach.
At Laguna Beach.
What?
How you really do it is you throw sand in their face and then you just run away. So, but yeah. Is it? No, it's only 43 minutes in. Oh man, we're pushing it. They
Oh,
might
how
be-
you gonna get caught?
Yeah.
You're in trouble.
So,
I still
like I
don't
said,
think they
they'd
got a
have to
problem
listen
with it.
to
They
all the
haven't really
good that's
said
been
anything
going on.
That controversial yet.
no, not at all. The most controversial thing that we talk about here on Karma Incarnate is the want and desire to try to change how economics works. Is the thought that we can take something that is a man-made idea, like our economic system, our money system, and use that to help better people in every situation in any way that we come in contact with them. That's the revolutionary new idea, but that's not our idea. That's karma. It's just put into a money form. And so when, that's the hardest part about what we talk about is that everybody already knows exactly what we're doing and what we're trying to do because it's what they want to do in their life, which is do good actions to produce good outcomes and make their life and those around them better. So why wouldn't we do that with our money? That's ridiculous and crazy. How come can we have a saying, it's just business, and that gives us carte blanche to be able to screw people over? But everything else that we do in life, it's your karma. You know, what goes around comes around. So it's important what we're doing, and different and controversial, but it's so universal that it's, you know, it doesn't need to be taken seriously. It just needs to be actually acknowledged and used. So, because yeah, like Jake said so nicely, eloquently earlier, there's a nicer way of saying, a nicelier way of saying eloquent, or nicely is eloquent.
A nicely
So-
way of
eloquentationing Jake's statement was, you know, that we that you got to take action. You know, it has to start. You gotta do something. But that something now, with the way technology is and the way that we've built and moved forward, can be something as small as continuing to dedicate a portion of my income to ending hunger, and saying that's a business. Then if you want to spread that and talk to people about it, possibly earn an income, you know, that's crazy. But to me, it just sounds like common sense. So, but
Oh, crazy or
There was
not,
a good
it's
ramble.
doable.
yeah, doable shit. We've been doing shit. Now I keep look at this shit. We've been doing it for 8 years, you know?
Been doing it longer than that.
Yeah, we've been feeding hungry people and paying people to do it for 8 years. The big question is, how long can people out in the world wait for this change, this kind of power to come to them? You know, and that's what our job is being a great big screaming beacon, just like what this thing does, us getting on here talking about these crazy ideas and broadcasting that, look, the thought in the process that we all know and feel in our hearts, which is do unto others what we want done unto us. Be good, grow. That can actually happen in business too. And when it does, man, that's powerful, because business generates wealth, and wealth seems to control the way that the world wants to work. So, you know, I think I don't know. You got me going, guys. You got me talking weird, deep stuff.
Good.
Uh,
And we've done our job.
Yeah.
Oh, did
I'd
you?
say that
Sure.
happened.
Well, what do you guys think about the square root of infinity?
Well, I think it's
Now
all-
here's on the line.
so, but it's
So
the name of the game, and it comes down to get started, do something, you know,
yeah, act.
act, and it can be as simple as, you know, Rexy and I have been doing a little bit of a workout challenge the last few months with just simple things like push-ups and all that kind of stuff, and that's it. See, he exactly knows exactly.
That's me
how-
miming them.
But that action makes you want to do more, you know, start off with a little bit of something like that. And the next thing you know, you're going for a walk, or you're doing other, you know, it gives you all of those opportunities, but you just got to do something, you know. And what's incredible is we all have that innate ability to just act whenever we want to. It's that human expression that we have. So let's do it in good ways, you know. That's the best thing, you know, constructive, creative, fun ways of doing things is how we've gotten to where we are. All this technology and everything that we've got is from action. It's not because people sat around and thought and pontificated all day. It's because they got up a little gumption and started doing it. And that's the key. Yes. What, Rex?
Nothing. I was just thinking how fun it'd be to just sit and talk about it, though. Not have to do anything.
It'd be
Yeah.
really cool if we could just talk it and have everything taken care of, right?
Well, yeah,
Wouldn't that just be impressive?
I would think so.
Well, that doesn't mean the food's gonna get delivered next month, though.
I know.
So what then?
That's how come karma's here.
Exactly.
We let those guys sit out there and talk about it, think about it, dream about it, tell their friends about how amazing of an opportunity it could be. And we'll do the heavy lifting. Because, yeah, you know, that does have to happen.
Mhm.
But that's such a small action in the big process of trying to create and generate an idea, nay, a movement. Yeah.
So, but that's the truth right there is, someone will take a slightly bigger action if the rest of us will just talk about it a little bit, and that does a lot, because that little bit
Time
is action.
brings on the, yeah. So
Pretty incredible. What are you seeing?
I'm looking at Ayame's thing.
What thing?
It's like a little dot with a bigger dot below it. Like it kind of looks like a person, but it has a gift in its hands that it's handing off to a lowercase I.
Oh God.
Oh geez, you're looking at that, huh?
No, not really.
I was gonna say, where are you seeing that exactly?
No, in my on my cell phone telephone square, it does have a thing there that represents a human being. I'm guessing either that or a really sad clown painting, because it's like a dot with a frowny face looking thing.
Okay, I get what you're saying. It's
So it
just
looks like
an avatar icon.
yeah, like that. It's awful.
Oh, I was gonna say, I hope someone does, because I'm pretty lost.
The phone does things a little bit differently than computers. That's all.
Ah.
It's trying to indicate he's talking, is what.
See
it's
how
doing.
good he is at doing that?
Yeah.
I say stuff, it sounds crazy. Jake simplifies it, and all of a sudden it makes sense. It's a good thing. Good things are coming, guys. We're gonna get some things in order and make this ship run like a tight, smooth,
Well,
Volkswagen.
should we just tell him, Rex?
No. I'm not saying nothing.
It's all
Taking
German
it
engineering.
to the port until we
Should
get
I say
this ship
something?
on the water.
Huh?
Yeah, the boat.
Okay.
Cruise liner championship.
Can one of you
We are.
please go reboot Rex? I think he's.
We're gonna win the championship because we got the right team. We got the right people in the right positions. It's gonna be good.
Championship?
Stay tuned. Taste tuned.
Good Lord.
Taste tuned.
Somebody go jiggle the cord or something.
You guys, the reboot him.
Yeah, I think he maybe like turn the key. He's winded down a little bit there.
No, I'm just I'm. Here's the deal. I'm gonna tell you a little secret about me. It's all the same gobbledygook, and so you get me talking karma stuff, and then my mind just explodes into a big jumble of just madness because it's all so it's bad. Reboot's a good idea, but I haven't found that button yet. When I do, we'll get after it.
The closest reboot will be the October trip. That's usually what it takes.
Well, and my dad would put his boots on and kick me in the butt as a kid. That would reboot me. But but he hasn't done that in a long time.
Oh, Rex, come on now, man. Really?
Yes.
That's your reboot? Huh?
Yeah, it was a hell of a boot. I'll tell you that.
Well, it was a hell of a boot. I know the boot all too well.
Yeah,
but
you got rebooted.
He does that to strangers.
That's true. He does do that to strangers. That's true.
That's right. Colby knows that boot.
I don't. My coworker does.
Yeah.
That was.
Oh man.
He's got long hair. He works in it. It's got to be Colby.
Yeah.
Kicks him in the ass.
Yep. Then yells at him for not being you. Yeah, you think I'm nuts. Jeez.
Yeah. Roy's awesome.
But in all seriousness, that's a hard word to say when you're looking like, look at this. I got the light right on. This is rough. Look at that. That makes me look more human-y. Not really. Anyway, in all seriousness, I am super duper happy and proud that you guys have been doing this for so long and continue to do it. And as we move forward with new stuff and new ideas, it's gonna be really good. So I'm excited.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I would have to agree.
So
We're
And
coming
like
into
you said-
adventurous times, and it's going to require a little extra attention and love, but it'll be worth it. It'll definitely be worth it. So.
What?
What are you doing?
I was looking over at the clock on the wall.
Oh.
I'm just like, I'm kind of in awe of,
Oh.
I'm so inspired, you know, that I'm just kind of sat here slack jawed.
Keep coming with it. Pour it on. How much more? How inspired were you?
Utterly. I'm literally speechless.
Oh my gosh. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Karma leaves you speechless.
Yep.
It does.
Yep.
Unless
Yes.
you're Rex.
Then what, Jackie?
Well, then you just, always talk about it.
Then you don't shut up.
Like some of us do. It's
You're very speechful.
it's very
Very
speechful.
not speechless. He's speechful.
Nah.
Good Lord. I'm speechless now too, Ayame.
In speechened,
I'm de-speeched.
disunspeeched.
Hey,
That's a good one.
that sounds like a Rex way of saying something.
making a
It's
term,
unspeeched.
a whole new thing.
Yeah. But we got a couple of minutes left. I'd love to hear something like about the, what made you want to do the shrine thing, Colby? What made it you go, woo?
I've gone to multiple walks for love up there because my mom actually works for the Shriners. So I've gone to multiple ones, and this year she was a bigger part of putting things together, and she actually, I don't know, it was so weird how it just even came up, and I was just like, I just thought it was a really good opportunity because I've always just been networking through like just social media and talking to people and stuff. And this is kind of more old school marketing tactics, And so I just thought it was a really good opportunity, and I support the Shriners and everything that they do. So it was just a win-win, that lucky situation, I guess.
Heck yeah, man. Thank you for taking risks and opportunities and putting that effort where most people are afraid to even think about it. So it's cool.
Yeah, it's definitely been, it's a thing. It's not like, I don't know. It's not like that. It's hard. It's almost just like more uncomfortable because it's territory I've never really been in, but it's like definitely worth it. But I can see why few people actually do this. It's kind of take some balls.
You're putting yourself out there, man. That's the thing, is when you blaze a trail and you're ready to do something like that, and even if it's just signing up and participating in something like this for the very first time. I remember when you and I showed up, like 3-4 years ago, in the last like 10 minutes of the walk, when everybody was like leaving and going home, we show up, we're like, hey guys, how's it going? But it's having, like I said, the courage to go out there and give it a try and see what it takes to get involved. And that's amazing, because it's a little bit can be kind of full of anxieties and just uncertainties, but it's always worth it when you go out there and actually try to do something for the first time like that. It's always worth it, because you're testing yourself, seeing what you're capable of and what you can do and how far you can push yourself. And that's always fulfilling, because it's a great thing to see that you can take a risk and keep going from it. It's the name of the game right there, is you take some small risks here and there so that you can eventually take big risks, because it's scary. It's a really scary thing. So, and that's why it's meant to be celebrated. It's an incredible thing. And your efforts for this walk of love literally benefit everybody participating, from the Shriners to all of us here at Karma. Everybody gets to be a part of that because of your efforts, which is incredible. So,
yeah.
Thank you, Colby.
Because you're Tom Cruise in it. Risky business.
That one was a
So
little
the
bit.
kind of business Colby has
That
is a
was not
risky
bad.
one.
Risky business.
The only business I do.
Risky.
The risky ones.
Yeah, Tomcat style.
But real.
I think
Too cool, man. Well, give us one more shot of the shirt before we take off. How about that? And then
Time?
Here's the front.
look at that. Too cool.
It came out very nicely.
Looks
on
very
the
sharp.
back. I can see.
See it right there. Boom. There it is.
Bam.
How do I get one of those stylish shirts?
you got to walk for it.
You
Take a
gotta
walk.
walk the line, brother.
Yeah.
I
And
have
Colby
a
will
few.
let us
I'm
know
only
when that
giving
walk
them to
will be.
select people. So maybe if you play your cards right, I don't know.
You got to join Team Colbert guy first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Team Cobra guy.
That's a new strategy I was talking to Colby about.
More on that later.
More on that later. Don't be a
Gonna be
wuss.
big.
Oh,
Join
you're
Team Cobra guy.
gonna tease us now.
Kick the crap out of hunger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cobra guy. So okay.
All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and call that there. Thank you. Great time, guys. It was amazing. It's so much fun tonight. Karmic transmission number 35. As always, it's a good time talking with my favorite friends, family, and loved ones. Rex, Colby, Ayame. I love to see you guys. For everybody watching from home, again, take a look at karmaincarnate.com. See what we're about. Learn how you can kick the crap out of hunger with all of us. And we'll see you guys in the next one. As always, find us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff, Karma Incarnate or at the Karmic Feed. Ayame Nelson, you can always reach her at Ayame X Goddess or reach out to any of our community impact agents if you want to know how you can get more involved. But until next time, guys, Rexy, hit it with us.
Cobra guy.
That works. I was expecting a karma out.
Karma out.
All right, guys. We'll see ya.